My child, listen to me. Feel the profound significance of this very instant, this sacred space in time that I have carved out just for you. Your presence here, your eyes attending to these words, your heart leaning in to listen, this is not an accident. This is a divine appointment, an encounter I have orchestrated with loving intention. I have reserved this specific period, this pause in the rush of your life, entirely for you. Do not allow your mind to wander or dismiss what I am about to share as mere encouragement. This is more than that. Your being present at this exact hour, in this specific moment of your journey, is precisely because I willed it to be so. I am breaking through the noise of your world to make something significant known to you. Right now, in this moment, I am placing a living truth into the soil of your life. It is a statement of fact, a declaration about the comprehensive support I have already planned and set in motion for your future. This is not a distant hope. It is a present reality beginning to unfold. I am setting in motion an opening, a divine intervention concerning the very things you need, the very areas where you have felt the most pressure and lack. If you will allow your heart to be soft and receptive, if you will choose to accept this truth I am laying before you, you will not simply be a passive listener to my commitment. You will become an active participant, and you will see my promise become tangible, visible, and real in the fabric of your everyday life. My beloved child, for what feels like a very long time to you, I have observed the deep tiredness that has settled in your spirit. I have been a constant, silent witness to your persistent and often hidden struggle. I have seen the immense exertion that felt so unproductive, the pouring out of your energy, your hope, and your efforts into ground that seemed to yield nothing but thorns and dust. I saw the nights you spent wrestling with thoughts, trying to solve puzzles that were too big for you, trying to carry burdens that were never yours to bear alone. I have seen the tears you thought you concealed so well, the ones that fell silently onto your pillow in the dead of night when the world was asleep, and your soul was wide awake with worry. I have heard the silent prayers you whispered into the darkness, the desperate pleas you made when you truly believed you were utterly and completely alone. Pay careful attention to the sound of my voice now, speaking directly to the deepest part of you. I missed none of it. Not a single tear went uncollected. Not a single sigh went unheard. Not a single moment of your struggle was invisible to me. This, right now, is your appointed time. This is not a random turn of events, a stroke of good luck, or a fortunate coincidence. What is happening now is the direct outcome of a deliberate choice made in the spiritual domain, a verdict passed in the courts of heaven specifically and intentionally for you. This divine choice recognizes you by your name. It acknowledges the unique and winding path you have walked. It fully comprehends your specific and detailed needs, and it encompasses the full measure of what has been designated, prepared, and set aside exclusively for you. Pay close heed, my child, and quiet your surroundings for a moment. For as you absorb these words, as you let them sink past the defenses of your mind and into the soil of your spirit, you might begin to sense my own spirit moving within you. You may feel a gentle stirring, an inner witness, a quiet but firm confirmation that what you are hearing is far beyond mere information or positive thinking. This is a pronouncement from the throne of grace. This is an active unleashing of what I have already made ready for your life. This is a powerful work being initiated at this very moment, a divine sequence of events that has now been set into motion. My beloved one, attend to me closely. For an extended and painful period, you have experienced the harsh reality of lack. You have learned to cope with the strain of insufficient means, of having just enough to scrape by but never enough to breathe easy. You have watched others around you seem to prosper and advance, while you felt stuck, merely enduring one day to the next. You grew accustomed, out of necessity, to tracking every small amount, to budgeting for even the most minor of costs, to existing under the heavy, persistent cloud of concern that you would not have enough to meet your obligations. But that season ceases today. As you read these words, a line is being drawn in the sand. A fresh and glorious era starts for you right now. It is an era that I myself designate as the season of abundant provision. This is not a season of just enow, but a season of more than enow. It will be characterized by undeniable support flowing directly from my hand. You will witness openings regarding your material and financial needs that will leave you in awe. I want you to fix this idea in the center of your mind, my child. Let it become the anchor for your thoughts. An opening in my limitless resources is now approaching your life. It is like a mighty ship laden with treasure that has already been dispatched from my harbor and is sailing steadfastly toward your shore. The more you open your heart to accept this reality, the more you align your thoughts and words with this truth, the quicker you will witness its tangible manifestation in your world. What you are soon to gain, the provision that is on its way, will do more than just pay your bills. It will expand your very comprehension of who I am and what I am capable of. It will dissolve the mental and spiritual constraints that have confined you for so many years. It will shatter the small box you have placed me in. I am the source of all abundance, the one who effortlessly turns scarcity into overflowing plenty. I am the God who employs the humble, overlooked things of this world to demonstrate my magnificent capability, so that no person can boast, but all glory goes to me. Therefore, do not focus your attention on what seems to be absent in your life right now, my child. Do not stare at the empty spaces in your bank account or the stack of bills on your table. I have already made ready an abundance for you that will cover it all and more. Do not allow your mind to be consumed with worry about your obligations, because I have already dispatched the necessary support, the exact resources required to meet every single one of them. Do not trouble yourself with the method by which this will all come to pass, for I am the means, I am the way, I am the solution, I am the access point, I am the door that no man can shut. My cherished one, grasp this truth with distinct and unwavering clarity. The opening I am introducing into your life, this coming wave of provision, is not contingent upon your own effort. It does not depend on your striving, your cleverness, or your ability to work harder. It rests entirely and solely upon your reliance on me. And today, this very day, your quiet and persistent confidence in me has been observed from my heavenly perspective. Your faith, even if it felt as small as a mustard seed, has made a connection in the heavens. It has reached my throne. It has influenced and activated the spiritual realm on your behalf. And that, my child, is the very reason I have now arrived with that which is designated for you. Your faith was the key that unlocked the storehouse door. This opening I speak of is not solely about material wealth or financial increase, though it certainly includes that. This is a holistic breakthrough. It includes precise and clear guidance for your next steps. Where you have felt confused and uncertain, I will bring clarity. It includes connections and relationships orchestrated by my hand. I will bring people into your life who will hold keys to doors you need to walk through. It includes renewed and sharpened insight. You will begin to see opportunities and solutions where you previously saw only problems and obstacles. It includes divine opportunities that you might have previously overlooked or dismissed. It includes a deep and abiding peace for your inner self, a peace that surpasses all understanding and guards your heart and mind. For I desire more than simply altering your external situation. I wish to reinstate your assurance, to restore your optimistic outlook, to bring back your tranquility and your joy. Are you beginning to comprehend the magnitude of what I am conveying to you? These are not mere words strung together to fill your thoughts with temporary hope. This is a living, breathing connection in the spirit. This is a spiritual reality that possesses its own vitality and power. This is a binding commitment that I have just confirmed with you, sealed in this sacred moment. If you sense your inner self reacting as you hear these words, if you feel a stirring of hope or a flicker of emotion, it is because my spirit is affirming this truth deep inside of you. I am already active. I am already at work behind the scenes, aligning the right individuals, orchestrating the necessary situations, and synchronizing the perfect instances that will deliver into your hands what you were utterly unable to create by yourself. Listen carefully now, my child. Do not let your mind drift, lest you overlook the most crucial understanding that I am about to impart. Remain focused on these words, for I have yet to reveal the most important element of this entire message. There remains a reality I must convey to you, and that reality will serve as the very means, the spiritual key, that opens the path for the breakthrough that has already departed from my presence and is making its way rapidly toward you. Therefore, take a deep and calming breath, quiet your spirit, and make your heart ready. For I will now explain precisely how this financial opening will manifest, and more importantly, why I have selected you to gain it at this specific time. My beloved one, heed me closely, for what you are taking in right now is no ordinary communication. It is a direct and immediate spiritual flow from my very being into the core of your existence. I have witnessed every single thing you have endured. I have perceived every silent plea that arose from the depths of your heart when others around you were completely unaware of your pain. The more you allow yourself to stay focused on these words, the more you meditate on this truth, the more of what I have already made ready for you is set free and released into your life. Today, I want you to grasp with absolute certainty that the financial opening I am initiating in your life is neither a distant fantasy nor a hollow, empty pledge. It possesses real substance, it has weight, and it will begin to operate and manifest in your life through particular understandings and signs that I will now disclose to you. Indeed, my precious child, this very communication you are reading contains the roadmap for your coming breakthrough. But initially, before we go further, let me recall to your mind something you might have overlooked in the midst of your struggle. Remember who I am. I am the one who is fully capable of forming pathways in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. I create roads where others perceive only insurmountable obstacles. I am the one who is able to supply all your needs even during the most difficult and barren seasons, demonstrating my unwavering reliability and faithfulness. So, cease concentrating on your constraints, my child. Stop staring at the limitations that seem to surround you. Do not gaze upon what appears to be vacant in your life, nor fixate on the debts that you have yet to satisfy. I command you to direct your gaze upward. Turn your eyes toward me, for I am your boundless, inexhaustible, and eternal wellspring of supply. Today, I urge you, I implore you, to make a firm and resolute decision within your spirit. Make the choice to have faith that surpasses your physical sight. Choose to believe my report over the report of your circumstances. Because the genuine, lasting breakthrough commences at the exact moment you venture to rely completely on me, even when, and especially when, your surroundings and all logical evidence indicate the contrary. While you are present here, attending to these words, a flurry of activity is starting in the unseen spiritual dimension. Forces that you cannot see are already at work, setting everything in order to ensure that your breakthrough reaches you precisely at the right time and in the right way. You possess the ability to bring that opening nearer, to accelerate its arrival, through a straightforward, distinct, and potent act of reliance and trust. For indeed, my beloved, I do not utter words without purpose or intent. Every single utterance that originates from me is filled with creative power. It achieves the exact aim for which I sent it, and it does not come back to me unfulfilled or void. These words I am sharing with you right now are like rich, fertile soil being poured into the garden of your existence, preparing the ground for the seeds of blessing I am introducing. And quite soon, sooner than you think, you will observe the tangible outcomes. You will see the green shoots of my promise breaking through the ground. Perceive me now with the vision of your spirit, not your natural eyes. I am present with you, nearer than you can possibly perceive. I am journeying alongside you at every moment. I am directing each movement you make, overseeing every decision you face, and right now, I am unleashing the very aid, the very support that you have so long anticipated. For you were not created simply to subsist, to survive, to barely make it. You were created to display my glory and my generosity through the plentifulness, the abundance that I have assured you. The favorable things, the blessings and resources that I am directing toward you, my child, are not intended solely for your own benefit and comfort. They are provided so that you may serve as a conduit, a channel for benefiting others. They are given so you can extend a helping hand to those in need, so you can encourage weary hearts with your testimony, and so you can be a living, breathing testament that reveals my great and mighty works in the land of the living. Let me tell you something with absolute certainty today. Before this current year comes to a close, you will no longer be in a position of struggling with what you need. I am already at work behind the scenes, setting all the necessary things in place, guiding specific people to cross your path, and making pathways clear and straight, all for your sake. New and innovative ideas will begin to bubble up in your mind. Projects and endeavors you are currently working on will suddenly pick up speed and gain momentum. Unexpected and wonderful chances and opportunities will show up seemingly out of nowhere. This is all happening because you made the choice to keep your trust in me. You held on, even by a thread, to what I told you in the past. So let these words settle deep into your heart. Prepare yourself, for I am about to reveal how this fundamental change with your money will happen and what you can do to actively help it come about sooner. Believe me when I say that even greater things are yet to appear for you. My beloved child, what I am telling you in this sacred moment has the power to truly and permanently change the direction of your life. It can lift you up out of the deep trenches of struggle you have known for so long and bring you into the wide, open fields of abundance you have always desired. These words are not spoken lightly. They come from the very deepest part of my divine purpose for your life. It is not, and has never been, my will for you to live a limited, constricted life or to be in a constant state of lack for anything good. Before you even breathe your first breath of air on this earth, I had already prepared and set aside everything you would ever require for your journey. I prepared the resources. I established the ways and means to get things done. I laid out the opportunities, and I designated certain people who were meant to walk with you and assist you on your journey. Still, for a season, it has seemed as if many of these good things have been held back, just out of your reach. This was never because I forgot about you, my child. It was never because I was punishing you. It was because your spirit needed a season of preparation to align more perfectly with mine. Your inner resolve, your spiritual muscles, needed to be built up, and your faith needed to be reinforced and purified in the fires of waiting. I have not been slow in fulfilling my promise, my beloved. I am never late. I operate on a perfect, divine timetable. I come at the exact right moment, the Kairos time, just when your inner being is fully prepared and ready to receive and properly steward the very thing you wish for the most. That is precisely why I am telling you now, on this very day, that a monumental change in your money situation is coming. But listen closely, it will not look exactly as you might have imagined it in your own mind. This shift will far surpass your human expectations. It will be vaster in its scope, more whole and complete in its effect, and arranged with a level of divine precision and wisdom that you could never have conceived of on your own. Listen carefully, my child, for this is a key to my kingdom. Every single time you choose to put your trust in me, every time you make the conscious decision to believe my promises even when things in the natural world seem utterly impossible, you activate an eternal and unbreakable principle of my kingdom. My ways and my economy do not follow the flawed logic of the world. They operate according to the pure, powerful faith my children have in me. And you, my child, even though you have felt tired, pushed back, exhausted, and at times deeply disheartened by things that didn't work out as you had hoped, you have not given up your foundational belief in me. You have kept a flicker of faith alive. This is what makes my heart glad about you. This is the very reason I am speaking these life-altering words to you right now. What matters to me is not the number of times you may have stumbled or fallen, my child. What I have been watching is the frequency with which you got back up and turned your gaze back to me. And now, because you have consistently chosen to trust me, I am directing the circumstances, the powers, and the principles that govern your money to change. I am personally initiating a new season for you. The time when things felt closed off, when doors seemed bolted and opportunities were scarce, is now finished. A new and exciting chapter of your life's journey starts today, my cherished child. In this new chapter, abundance will be the theme. It will be what you experience day to day, and the provision you require will not come from strained or unreliable human sources, but it will flow directly from my limitless heavenly provision. Therefore, prepare your heart to receive something you were not expecting, from a person or a source you would not have thought of. Yes, that is correct. There is a specific someone whose heart I have already moved. There is a person whom I have already positioned exactly where they need to be at the right time to intersect with your life. This person will be a carrier of my blessing for you. They will bring messages, resources, connections, or opportunities that will be the catalyst to transform your financial situation. This will not happen by accident or chance. It will be my divine purpose becoming clear and visible in your life. And when this unfolds, you will perceive with absolute clarity that its arrival was not due to your own struggle or striving, but was the result of my powerful and loving work on your behalf. But you must listen carefully to this instruction, my child. You must watch with your inner perception, your spiritual eyes, wide open and sharp, so that you do not miss what appears to be small or insignificant. Very often, I put the most wonderful and life-changing things within the most ordinary and unassuming packages. That message you weren't expecting to receive, that phone call that catches you completely off guard, that offer of assistance that arrives without a clear or logical explanation. Those will be the tangible indicators that I am bringing into physical reality what you are hearing from me at this very moment. Do not let your attention drift from these signs. Do not ignore them. Do not rationalize them away or see them as just a normal, everyday event. That seemingly small thing will serve as the entry point, the very doorway, for the major financial shift that I declared for you. So I tell you today with all the authority of heaven, my child, do not doubt, do not be fearful, do not fall into the trap of thinking that your opportunity has passed you by or that your personal situation is too difficult or too far gone for me to fix. Nothing is too great for my power to overcome, and you are very, very close to a major and positive change. I have seen your deep sorrow, my beloved one. I have felt the anxiety that gripped your heart when you looked at your accounts and saw how little was left. I was present with you in the darkest hours of the night when troubling and fearful thoughts filled your mind because you could not see a way to meet your responsibilities. And through all of it, I have sustained you simply by being there, holding you, even when you were unaware of my presence. That is why these words are not a general message for everyone. They are a personal letter for you. They are spoken directly to your heart, intended just for you. It is not by accident or coincidence that you are hearing this message at this specific time. It is an integral part of a faultless and perfect divine design. I have prepared this time for you. This is a sacred moment I set in place for your journey through life long before you were even born. Now listen, for I will reveal to you 3 distinct signs you will see before this financial change becomes fully and plainly visible. These signs are meant to be markers on your path, to help you prepare your heart, your spirit, and your practical affairs to receive what is now rapidly approaching you. Because my wish is not only to give this blessing to you, but also to teach you how to steward it and grow what I supply. The first sign is this: a profound calmness that is not found in this world will come upon you, settling over your spirit like a warm blanket, even while you are still dealing with your current troubles. That supernatural stillness will be my personal sign upon you. It will not be a peace that comes because things have become logical or because everything is suddenly sorted out. It will be a peace that defies your circumstances, and you will know it is from me because you will feel me truly and tangibly present with you. You will feel a profound rest in your soul. Your inner spirit, which has been in turmoil, will be quieted. That will be the first plain and undeniable signal from me. The second sign is this, my child. A specific thought will come to your mind. It might be a sudden flash of understanding, a creative idea, or a persistent notion that you simply cannot ignore. It will be an idea that appears unassuming on the surface, perhaps even simple, yet it will carry within it a distinct sense of divine intention. That notion will be like a key unlocking a door. It will be a particular instruction that, if you follow it with courage, will make a clear path for this coming change in your money. The third indicator will be an individual. Someone will come into your life, or someone you already know will re-enter it, bringing a message, a connection, an offer, or some tangible way to help you. This person will be the human vessel I use to make what you require become real in your hands. It could be someone you know already, or it could be a complete stranger. But you will recognize my hand in it because things will happen with an unusual ease. There will be no struggle, no forcing, no striving to make things happen, and no feeling of uncertainty. Instead, there will be a profound sense of peace, a sure and deep understanding, and an inner joy that accompanies the interaction. Receive these 3 signals into your spirit: an inner quiet that defies logic, a specific thought from me, and an important divinely orchestrated encounter. They are all coming your way, and while you wait for them, holding on to your belief and taking small steps of action, do not stop what you are doing. Keep speaking these words of promise over your life. Keep trusting in my goodness. Keep taking them into your heart and mind. Every single time you take them into your heart, your trust grows firmer, And a firm and unwavering trust is what brings about miraculous outcomes. Do not let doubt, the great thief, steal these precious words from you. Do not let the one who stands against you, the enemy of your soul, distract you with thoughts of past failures or future worries. You are not created to live a life burdened by debts or weighed down by the constant anxiety of never having enough. You were made in my image, to reflect my nature of abundance and generosity. You were created to live with honor and dignity, having all that is needed to fulfill the unique and beautiful purpose I placed within you from the very beginning. So stand up tall in your spirit. Believe what I have told you. Speak this truth out loud over your home and your finances. Hold on to it firmly with both hands. For today, I am initiating a permanent shift in your financial circumstances, and nothing and no one in heaven or on earth is able to impede its progress. Receive it now in your heart by faith. My child, you have now arrived at the very place where what I have spoken begins to become real. You are standing right on the edge, at the tipping point between patiently waiting and actively seeing things appear. Your journey up to this point has involved many tests of your faith, and I desire for you to grasp today that every single experience you have undergone held a profound and divine significance. Each tear you shed was a prayer. Each night you spent wrestling with questions, instead of finding peaceful rest, was a lesson in surrender. Each instance you retired for the night with more uncertainties than clarity was an opportunity for your faith to grow deeper roots. I observed and I recall it all. I saw you in those quiet, lonely moments, my precious one. And now the time has come for things to be seen by others. The time has come when I will show my favor to you openly, before all who may have misunderstood your journey or thought that I had left you. Because I did not leave you alone for even one single day. Even when you could not sense my closeness, I was there, overseeing you, watching you, and shielding you from dangers both seen and unseen that you could not perceive. And now, in this very moment, I am setting in motion the tangible abundance you have been hoping and praying for. But it will be more than just funds arriving in your account. It will be a change that goes deep inside you and then manifests on the outside. I will alter your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. I will change your routines from patterns of worry to habits of faith. I will shift your relationships and your understanding of my divine provision for you. For my ultimate desire is not for you to face tomorrow with apprehension and fear, but with absolute and unshakable confidence in me as your constant, loving, and unending supply. My beloved, I am not only interested in changing your financial state, I want to transform the entire atmosphere around you. My desire is to grant you a deep and lasting serenity where anxiety once resided. I want to give you sharp spiritual perception where uncertainty and confusion reign. I want to provide clear and unmistakable guidance where you felt lost and adrift. I desire for you to cease merely reacting to the difficulties and pressures of life and to begin living a life directed by a distinct and divine intention. And that insight, that intention, will not originate from the wisdom of others, but it will flow directly from me to you. For I am the one who establishes deep roots where none are apparent. I am the one who unlocks entrances and gateways that cannot be sealed by any human or demonic power. And when I, the Lord of all, decide to bestow my favor upon an individual, neither their past history, nor their past eras, nor their present hardships possess the power to impede me. You are now ready for this breakthrough because you have held firm. Though you felt the strong inclination to surrender and give up on countless occasions, you made the courageous choice to press onward. You chose to maintain your belief, to continue waiting, to keep advancing even when your steps were heavy with fatigue. And I commend that unwavering and tenacious trust. Hear this well and let it sink into your spirit. The plentiful provision I am now dispatching to you will arrive not through the conventional, predictable channels of human effort, but through my own specific and often surprising arrangement. For this coming reality is not a fleeting, one-time assistance. It represents a fresh and higher degree of backing and support from heaven. It is a new foundation that will enable you not merely to transcend scarcity for yourself, but to become a vital channel of benefit and blessing for many others. And that is the key truth I want you to hold on to. I provide for you so that you can provide for others. My aim is not solely to bring you personal well-being and comfort. I intend to establish you as a conduit of my provision for numerous individuals. People you are not even acquainted with at this present moment will receive aid, encouragement, and hope through the actions that I will undertake through your life. Your own journey of struggle and breakthrough will become a testimony that shows my faithfulness. Your path will support and encourage others, and the difficult times you have faced will serve to clear pathways for them. That is why the enemy of your soul has fought you so fiercely. He knows that if you rise in strength and abundance, you will pull many others up with you. But his struggle against you is now useless. You carry the mark of my Spirit upon you, and what I am now releasing into your life cannot be stopped, cannot be hindered, and cannot be delayed any longer. Understand this with clarity. I have already started this change for you. I have already moved on people's hearts to help you. I have already lined up the necessary circumstances. Everything is ready and in place. I only ask that you keep your heart clear, your faith strong, and your spirit ready to hear my specific direction. Now let me share a deeper truth with you today. Begin to work on clearing your inner space. Let go of old mindsets, past hurts, and resentments that do not help you grow. Break the old habits of negative speech and worry that have held you back. I am bringing a new divine order into your life, and you need to make space for it. You need space in your heart, in your spirit, and in your thoughts. The abundance that I am giving you requires a new and higher way of managing it. I do not bless for things to be wasted or squandered. I bless for them to be multiplied and to grow. You are now entering that place of divine growth and multiplication. You will begin to see little things become big things. What felt like not enough will miraculously become more than plenty. This is not luck or good fortune. This is my doing, my divine favor, my living word coming true in your life. Listen further. What you receive will be so large, so surprising, and so clearly and undeniably from me that you will not be able to take any credit for it. You will have to look at it and say, "This must be from God." And that is exactly how it will be. I am doing this in a way that everyone who sees it will know that I am your provider. They will see that you do not depend on flawed human systems, on luck, on your own skills, or on who you know. You depend solely and completely on me, and those who choose to lean on me, I never disappoint. I amaze them. I lift them up. I support them in ways they could never imagine. I may not work in the same way I have in the past, but my power is the same yesterday, today, and forever. What I did for my children then, I can and will do for you now. What I have promised you, I will surely bring about. This is the time that was set for you. This moment, this message was meant just for you. Welcome it with an open heart. Believe it with all your being, my cherished child. Now we come to the most important truth, the final key. How to prepare yourself to hold what I have already started moving toward you. Yes, the abundance is on its way, but you must be prepared to carry its weight. It is not just a matter of asking and receiving. It is a matter of aligning your entire spirit with mine so you can bear the responsibility of the blessing I am giving. This day is set apart for you. The courts of heaven have marked this date on the calendar for you specifically. This message reaching you now is not random. You are here for a divine reason. This was planned so that you could hear what I am about to tell you next. There is one part of this process that only you can start. It is your active choice to walk in close fellowship with me. I am not asking you to perform impossible religious feats or demanding that you become perfect overnight. I am simply calling you to walk closely with me, moment by moment. This closeness is more than just a feeling or a promise. It is a dynamic bond built on active faith, where you take one small step forward in trust, and I support every single one of those steps with my limitless strength. Listen to me carefully, my child. This coming abundance requires a heart that is in perfect harmony with mine. I want my favor and my blessings to draw you closer to me, not to become a distraction that pulls you away. Not everyone who receives a blessing stays near to the heart of the giver, but you are different. I know your heart. I know what you truly long for, and it is for me. That is why I have drawn you to hear these specific words today. However, at this very moment, I require you to establish a definite and firm resolution in your spirit. Make the decision to stand completely and wholeheartedly with me. Release all your worry, all your doubt, and all your grumbling. If you hold no hesitation in your heart, if you choose to trust me without reservation, you will lack nothing in your home. You will see help appear from the most surprising directions. Burdens that have crushed you will be lifted. Divine understandings will surface in your mind. You will receive contact about opportunities you thought were long gone and dead. Yet all of this is contingent upon your absence of doubt. For wavering, double-mindedness impedes the flow of my favor. It functions like an invisible barrier, a spiritual static that delays what is already traveling steadfastly toward you. Therefore, my beloved child, I urge you this day to invest your complete and total trust in me with your entire being. Not in part, not with conditions attached. Believe me even when everything is still hidden from your sight, for what you are seeking is already shaping itself and coming into form in the realm where you cannot yet perceive it. This is a time for a fundamental shifting of your inner state. Let go of the poverty mindset, the thinking that you do not have enough. Stop speaking words of need and lack. Break the patterns and habits that have kept you anchored to emptiness. You cannot step into the fullness of my promise while your thoughts continue to dwell on lack. That old way of thinking belongs to your past. Now begins a different and better approach to living, a fresh way of walking in partnership with me, a new understanding of your true place and identity as one who is mine. Because you are not bound by the world's economic systems or its ways of thinking. You are a citizen of my heavenly realm, and those who are part of my realm do not beg. They do not accept less than what is right. They do not move through life with downcast eyes. They stand firm in their identity, and they speak with the certainty of their inheritance. This day represents the moment for you to begin to speak with that conviction. Today is the time to start living as someone who understands their true identity and whose they are. Because when you finally grasp your true standing with me, you unlock all that awaits you. And now pay close attention, my child, because this next part is absolutely essential. Any great step forward in life requires you to be prepared, even when its outcome is already settled. Even when the blessing has already been dispatched from my hand, you are still required to prepare yourself to receive it. Ask yourself these questions. Do you value what little you hold in your hand today? Are you genuinely grateful for what has already come your way, even if it feels slight and insufficient? Do you handle your current possessions and resources as though they were already plentiful? I see the small things. I see how you handle what you have now, and I know what is in your heart. This is a spiritual truth that remains constant. Clear out the old to make space for the new. Finish the tasks that need finishing. Extend grace and forgiveness to those who have wronged you. Actively cultivate a spirit of thankfulness. These actions are not just chores. They are spiritual acts that prepare your spirit for increase. For my desire is not merely to bestow possessions upon you. I wish to fill you with my wisdom, with my inner tranquility, and with a distinct and clear course for your life. And this entire process commences today. It starts with your decision. This is the moment to give yourself completely to trusting me. I am about to reveal one final, powerful key to alignment. It is the principle of expressing gratitude beforehand. I want you to begin to give thanks for the blessing before your eyes behold it. I want you to rejoice over your breakthrough before it is physically in your hand, because that is the kind of audacious faith that touches my heart. When you are thankful for what is still hidden, as if it were already plain to see, you are acting as a partner with me to bring the unseen realm into the world you can touch. Therefore, this day, I request that you commence voicing your gratitude for that which is not yet visible to your natural eyes. And I promise you, I will cause it to happen quickly, my cherished child. Not due to any urgency or pressure on your part, but because I have already completed its preparation. I was simply waiting for you to be ready, for your faith to be firm, for your heart to be fully open. And now that all is set, I will act swiftly. Do not miss this opportunity. This day is the one. This time has been set aside just for you. You are not alone. I walk with you. And what I am bringing forth for you is not small or fleeting. It will be clear, plain to see, and strong. I will perform an action in your finances that will transform the manner in which you receive provision, the environment surrounding you, and the entire course you have traversed. If you hold steady in your faith, I will act. If you believe my word, you will see my glory. If you stay close to my heart, the blessing will last for generations. Beloved, listen to me carefully, because this moment is not random or unplanned. What you feel stirring inside you right now is my spirit reaching directly into your heart, confirming these words deep within your being. I am about to speak something that will change the way forward for you permanently. I have seen all your struggles. I have heard your heart's deepest plea. I have watched your tears fall when you felt completely unseen. But I was present. You were never, ever solitary. Know this with absolute certainty. The season of lack is over. I have already moved. Today, I have sent a significant and irreversible shift regarding your provisions into your life. I released it from my presence and set it in motion because of the faith you are showing right now by welcoming my words with an open and trusting spirit. And although you cannot see it with your outer sight just yet, your inner self, your spirit, is already taking hold of it. I have already determined it. I have already sent it out. In my realm, it is already complete. Your role now is simply to step toward it with boldness, with confidence, and with no delay. Do you comprehend my reason for this powerful action? It is because you gave yourself to me. It is because you placed your fragile faith in me. It is because you clung to me even when all your hopes seemed to be gone. It is because today you opened your heart and you joined in agreement with my words. This is more than one simple gift. This is the grand unfolding of something I declared over your life a long, long time ago. The promise I spoke softly to you in the secret place is now beginning to reveal itself openly for all the world to see. Listen well, my precious child. Everything is ready. The gift has been sent. My kingdom has affirmed it. Now it is for you to believe it, to declare it with your own mouth, and to walk into it with your own feet. I am the one who stands by my word. I am the one who speaks only what is true. I am the one who honors the faith of those who are mine. Listen closely, my child. What I have promised you is already underway. I have given the command. I have put all the necessary things in motion for you. This very day marks a permanent turning point because you have responded to my divine invitation. You have agreed in your spirit. You have welcomed the spiritual connection I offered, and you have accepted it fully. Now, take these thoughts into your heart and begin to speak them out. Declare this truth over your life. The way forward for my provision is open. Everything that was blocking it has been removed by the hand of God. What belongs to me is now coming to me quickly. Today, I stand strong and secure in the area of my needs. Nothing can hold back what God has released. Think of these words as my final sign to you for this moment, my royal seal upon the path you now walk. From this moment on, you will begin to know and experience my kindness in new ways. Opportunities will appear where others saw only closed doors. People will seek you out for possibilities you couldn't see before. You will find that you have all you require and more. Because I am the source of overflowing, abundant goodness, not just what is barely needed. I am always watching over you. I keep you safe. Do not stay focused on what has been. Do not question the reality of what I have already accomplished in the spirit realm. Do not permit apprehension or fear to seize and steal that which my realm has already granted to you. Move forward with certainty, for the good things I have prepared are already finding their way to you. You will be surprised and amazed at how things begin to change. What seemed fixed and unmovable will loosen. What was closed and locked will swing wide open. This is happening because you placed your trust in me, and your trust has moved me to powerful action on your behalf. Now echo these words with me, speaking them audibly if you can, to solidify them in the atmosphere around you. It is already here for me. By faith, I have it now. Hold on to this profound truth. The good things you anticipate are already traveling towards you. Welcome their coming with full and joyful assurance. Yes, rejoice in them now. Even if you cannot see them yet, rejoice in your spirit, because that inner act of joyful belief is the final step that makes them real and tangible for you. And hear this last promise spoken straight from my heart to yours. You are never by yourself. Tomorrow I will speak with you again, my beloved one, and what I reveal then will be even more significant. Be ready to listen, because every word you hear from me will illuminate your path ahead. It will be my clear and loving direction as you make your daily decisions. So, my cherished one, lift your gaze. Let go of all your sorrow. And get ready to show others what I have accomplished in your life. For a glorious season of my kindness, my abundance, and my goodness is coming upon you. What you need has already been dispatched. In the Spirit, you have already taken hold of it. Walk knowing this. Live believing this. Give thanks for this, because I have heard your every request. My precious child, the greatest treasure I have given you through this time of waiting is not something you can see or touch outside of yourself. The most profound and lasting change is the unshakable liberty I have forged deep inside your very being. Others, looking from the outside, may have thought you were overcome by your circumstances or that you had given up hope. But I knew the truth. I knew that I was active within you, in a quiet and unseen space, working in a way that was hidden from everyone else. And I was right there with you, my presence covering you through every single moment of that process. Now the outcome of that unseen, hidden time is beginning to show itself. Things that once confused you and caused you great anxiety will begin to make perfect sense. You will experience a deep and settled stillness that you did not know was possible before. The constant, nagging feelings of lack and insufficiency will begin to fade away, and the difficult, sleepless nights will not hold you captive for as long, because I have fundamentally transformed you from the inside out. I am now beginning to show you how I was moving on your behalf in ways you could not possibly have grasped back then. When a door closed that seemed like the perfect one, that was me. When someone you trusted walked away from your life without a clear explanation, that was my hand. When a relationship you invested so much in did not deepen or come to fruition, that was my protection. All of these moments, my beloved, were my divine safeguard around you. Sometimes, what appears to be a good thing from a human perspective is actually a hidden risk to your soul. And sometimes, the periods you spent waiting, which felt like punishment, were my deliberate and loving ways of shielding you from a future pain you could not foresee. I was never absent from you, not for a single second. I was meticulously making ready the road ahead for you. Even while you felt the sting of sorrow over what I was guiding you away from, I saw your struggle, my child, and I honor the journey you have endured. I do not ask you to act as if the hurt you felt wasn't real, nor do I dismiss the profound sadness you experienced. I was present with you through every single tear, every heavy breath, every night you fell asleep too exhausted to even converse with me, every silent instant you thought to yourself, I cannot endure this any further. But it was precisely there, in that state of feeling utterly incapable, that I was able to assume complete and total direction of your life. When you finally yielded, when you surrendered your own efforts, that was the moment you found genuine and lasting liberation. For you finally ceased attempting to bear the unbearable weight by yourself, and you permitted me to transport it for you. Now, my cherished one, you will commence to discern the divine intention that was underlying all that has transpired. You will look back on your journey and be filled with gratitude for the requests I did not grant in the way you expected. You will recall those long, quiet periods with a sense of fondness, for you will finally realize that within that very stillness, a powerful and loving presence was actively forming and shaping things for your good. And that presence was me. That time was not empty. It was a time of making ready, a sacred pledge, a divine signal that even when everything in your life feels motionless and stagnant, I am completely and sovereignly in charge. The period of intense stillness is now concluding. Yet, I desire for you to perpetually retain the priceless lessons that you acquired throughout it. In the future, if there are times again when you do not feel my presence as strongly, you will not fall into fear that I have left you. You will simply recognize, he is active again behind the scenes. And you will experience a deep tranquility, my child, because you already grasped the pattern. Following the quiet period of preparation comes the season of expansion and realization. After the long road traveled comes the reward that was earned. After the hardship comes a special and beautiful mark of resilience. And that emblem of strength, my precious one, is already commencing to become evident within you. From this point forward, you will begin to see things with a new clarity you did not have before. Difficult and harsh words that once would have wounded you deeply will no longer affect you with the same power. Situations that once caused you intense concern and anxiety will no longer hold the same power over your emotions. People who once paid you no mind or dismissed you may begin to approach you, not for their own gain, but because they will perceive the undeniable change in your spirit. And that transformation is the tangible evidence of my presence, now dwelling more fully and powerfully inside you. Now, my beloved child, I request that you allow your assurance and your confidence to originate from within you, not exclusively from what you can perceive externally with your senses. You know now, deep in your spirit, that even when you do not hear my voice distinctly, I am always active on your behalf. The simple, powerful fact that you are still standing today is the ultimate proof that your spirit has already grasped the profound purpose of that quiet season. There was a time, my child, when this truth was very hard for you to grasp. But now, you are beginning to understand it not just with your mind, but with your entire being. This knowing isn't arriving with a sudden noise or a dramatic event, but as a quiet and steady certainty that is settling deep inside of you, an inner voice that is constantly confirming, yes, this was always guided by me. And that is the absolute truth. I was right there with you, present in every single moment you felt alone. In each long stretch of difficult, painful quiet you had to endure, through every season of patient waiting that wore on your spirit, I was working within you, my beloved child, in ways that no one else could ever see. I saw those times you bravely kept your sorrow hidden from others to spare those around you from worry. I saw when you met harsh and unfair words with grace, yet you were inwardly longing to disappear. I saw when you let go of something you deeply, desperately wanted for the sake of another's happiness. I witnessed it all. Not one of those precious moments escaped my notice. None of that time was ever wasted. It was all building something new and beautiful, and now you are beginning to see the result. It is not something that is appearing from elsewhere, but a deep and resilient strength that you can now find within yourself. It is a strength that simply was not there before. For I formed you in the quiet times. I built you up during the long delays. I showed you how to depend on something deeper and more reliable than your passing emotions. I led you to face your own inner self without fear, to stay put and be still when your every instinct was to run, to find a calm and steady breath when you felt like crying out in frustration. And that, my child, was genuine and lasting growth. It was a deep and profound change in your spirit, invisible to the world but permanent and real. I watched your quiet and steady change. I saw the way you gained wisdom and understanding, how you became more aware and more deliberate in your choices. I saw how you learned to truly listen to others instead of just waiting for your turn to respond. I saw how you let go of your desperate need to manage and control everything, and finally learned how to lean completely on me. I was there the very first time you spoke a simple word of truth, not because you felt it emotionally, but because you made a brave choice to trust my word. I was listening when you quietly whispered to me, "I don't understand this, God, but I will choose to stay close to you." I was present, observing every small step of faith you took, and I was keeping safe every precious moment in which you grew stronger. And I tell you now, every single bit of it had a divine meaning, my child. Truly everything. The lengthy waits, the difficult periods of silence, the paths that didn't open for you. All of it was creating something within you that cannot be broken. Your inner firmness, your spiritual resilience. You are truly and fundamentally changed now. Your external surroundings may still be the same for a little while longer, but you are not the same person living within them. Because now you know how to find peace when everything around you is chaotic. Now you know how to endure delays without losing your hope. Now you know how to trust me even when you see no visible evidence. This is the glorious result of the quiet, intimate bond we have formed together. There is a quiet and formidable strength in those whose spirits have grown strong through extended time spent alone with me. They are the ones who do not need constant approval from others. They are the ones who do not have to speak loudly to be heard. Their gaze shows a deep and settled peace, and their decisions show a quiet but firm determination. And you, my precious one, already possess this very strength. It is not the kind of strength that the world values outwardly, but it is the kind that I see and cherish. It is the quiet, unshakable power of someone who has faced great difficulty and come through it whole. I want you to understand now what I was keeping you safe from while all of this was happening. I was keeping you safe from people who would have steered you down the wrong path. I was protecting you from choices that would have burdened your soul with regret. I was shielding you from pursuits that would have exhausted you, and from opportunities that looked good but would have emptied your life of its true purpose. Yes, my child, you had to be patient. You had times of deep sadness. You had to trust me even when your heart ached with longing. But every single bit of it was my hand of protection keeping you safe for what was to come. You don't need everything to be just right in your life anymore to feel safe and secure, because your peace no longer comes from your outside circumstances. It comes from the deep truth that you now hold inside. You know that I am here. You know that I never left you. You know that I make no mistakes. You know that I move with divine purpose. And this deep, settled knowing is what makes you incredibly strong. There may still be times ahead when you will weep. Yes, you may still face hard and challenging days. Certainly. But you will not break apart as you might have before, because your inner foundation is now stronger. You are now rooted in my constant, unchanging love, not in the shifting sands of your circumstances. And that is why I tell you that the best and most valuable result of this past season wasn't the good thing that is about to happen on the outside, but the person you have become while you were waiting for it. You are a different, stronger, wiser person today than you were when you started on this path. And that, my child, brings me the greatest joy for you. My goal is not just giving you things, but making you ready to hold on to what is ahead. And now you are prepared. You are prepared not just to receive a blessing, but to build something with it. You are prepared not just to watch for outward signs, but to walk according to your true inner purpose. Going forward from this point, you will experience an inward shift that becomes a lasting reality, a permanent peace, an unshakable calm, and a deep sense of safety that remains with you even when circumstances around you shift and change. Because I have built a fortress of strength within you, just as I promised. You no longer require external validation to understand my deep love for you. You have ceased fretting over needing constant signs from me, because you now comprehend that when I am quiet, it is often because I trust you. It is because I know you will remain steady. It is because I know you will hold firm. It is because you are no longer swayed by every shifting circumstance. You now possess a deep and profound inner firmness, and that is the real achievement. It is more important than anything that happens on the outside, more valuable than any visible blessing, because things on the outside can change. But the strength you have built on the inside will last for all of eternity, no matter what happens, no matter what comes your way. You are fundamentally and beautifully changed, and that powerful change within you will now hold up everything else that I am bringing into your life. I want you to acknowledge this time with a quiet word spoken inside your own spirit, not a loud announcement for others, not just a passing emotion. I desire for you to acknowledge a new truth that I am establishing within your spirit today. A truth that says, I will place my trust in you even through the pain. I will wait for you even when nothing is visible. I will continue to move forward even without full comprehension. For that, my child, is genuine, mature trust. That is what brings me profound pleasure, and you possess it now. You are entering a new time. Something has changed within you for good. And if you are hearing these words right now, it is not a random occurrence. It is a divine confirmation. Your spirit already knows that this is true. A new time has truly and irrevocably started. It is not just a feeling, not just a symbol, but a real and deep shift that has been confirmed in the world you cannot see. From this point forward, there is no going back. What was damaged within you is now repaired. What was closed is now open. And what was once only a future hope is now how things are. The time for waiting is past, my cherished one. Now is the time for living. It is the time for dwelling in the promises you have longed for waking up each day with the deep knowing that I am with you. Because you are not moving forward on guesswork anymore. You are standing on the solid ground of my faithfulness. What was hidden is now becoming plain. What once felt heavy and meaningless now has a glorious purpose. What was a source of sadness is now your proof of what I have done. I have confirmed who you are. I have secured your future. I have moved you ahead, and I will never let you go. I am setting your feet on a new and higher path. Sometimes it might look like the old path, but it is different because the one who is walking on it is now completely and wonderfully changed.